What is up YouTube, Nyks here, back with another video, and this is just going to be a video going over the producer's letter that came out for Bless Online, addressing the July 4th update that's gonna happen soon. So yeah, I was just hoping to go over it. I've had a read through of this. I won't be covering everything that's on this letter. So yeah, it's my 4th time recording this, so hopefully the recording software doesn't screw up on me. Okay, so on July 4th, Bless will be receiving an update which is going to give it a couple of new things. Things that Bless really needs at the moment. So there's going to be these things called Royal Quests, which are level 45 restricted quests located all over the world, and they'll be marked by purple icons and all that jazz. The interesting thing about these quests, however, is that you can get mountain pets from them. And it says here, these include rare pets and mounts. So this might be something for all the people stuck at level 45 or at end game, you know, just to do something. Currently I'm not really following the game, so I can only speak from the experience that I've had and, you know, just what the community is saying on the forums and stuff. And this seems to be a very big issue. Level 45s or max levels having quite literally no in-game content to do. So this will fix or address some of that at least. You can do 15 of these in total every single day to maximize your rewards. And I think that's more than enough to keep people busy. Speaking of busyness and in-game content, we have the other main thing. This is probably the best thing out of the patch that's going to be dropping on the 4th of July. That is Basal Gorge. So what this is a PvP area in which both factions can contest difficult bosses according to this post. So there's going to be a couple of them. As you can see, they're listed right here. And it says and more. So there might actually be more than 3 bosses for people to take on. So it's advised that people go in with a party. Yeah, so finally this feature is released. I was hoping this would be released during the launch of the game, but that didn't happen, unfortunately. But now since we're getting it, it's going to introduce what Bless is kind of all about. The whole open world PvP side of it anyway. Previously, people really had no incentive to killing other players. The rewards you got in terms of the PvP currency was really small compared to what you could get on an instance battleground. So now this is going to give them an incentive to do world PvP and kill some bosses while they're at it. For those of you who are still playing, it seems pretty interesting. There's some marketplace changes. Now with the marketplace, there's been a lot of bullshit when it comes to just the usability of it all, and they're essentially what they're saying in all this is they're trying to fix that, and they've already done some changes which I don't really know about since I'm not currently playing the game, but I am still following its development. They're going to make it more usable. Hopefully they make it into an open market, but I highly doubt they will. I just think they should. It's not that hard. You can let the game's economy work for itself. Considering the fact you can't really sell costumes in the auction house, it doesn't really make sense to limit the prices manually. So yeah, some updates regarding that which don't really interest me at all. And then lastly, they have some UI updates. So here they go over marketplace UI, how it's the way it is currently is from what I remember anyway, it's like this. It's like you're opening Google Chrome inside of the game, and you're using like quite literally a web page inside a game. So hopefully they change that around and make it just more easier to load up, because it does take a good minute to actually get it to go. Along with the UI changes, they're saying that they are going to display more information about each of the transactions. So maybe we'll get something where we can get like a RuneScape-esque graph going, where you can see how much this item was selling for previously and all that jazz. So for all of you auction house junkies out there, this should hopefully address a lot of the issues. And lastly, this is kind of the most important part for me anyway, and they always do this. They mention balance, performance, and bugs are still being worked on. They always mention performance at the end of their little, whatever you want to call it, patch notes, or even these producer letters or whatever. The performance should kind of be their main thing. Now, you can give them the benefit of the doubt and say that yes, they may actually be working on fixing the game's performance in the back end, but they're not finished with it, so they're not releasing it. That may be the case, and I'm not confirming or denying that, but at least give us a solid statement on how the performance is being fixed. Like, are you guys addressing the memory leak issues, the FPS drops in towns, the FPS drops in PvP, and how are you guys going to optimize you guys' textures and all that jazz, right? At least give us a somewhat proper description of what's going on behind the scenes, just so the community knows. Now, the population of Bless is still dropping, I think, and you know, they want feedback from the community, but if you're not going to be transparent with them, telling them if you're working on the performance or not, then you can't really expect any feedback from them. So, I mean, the people that are in game right now, hopefully they're giving feedback. Hopefully the game will actually perform better at the actual launch. Now, I know that people are going to say, oh, this is supposed to be a soft launch and stuff, and that's true, that's completely right. But the current state of the game is more like a beta test than anything else. So if you go in with that mindset, you may actually begin to enjoy the game. But do give feedback, because Bless is getting better from what I've read and heard. It's doing so at a very slow pace. All in all, I think this is a very good indication of how the game's future is going to be. The dev team does want the game to succeed, but they just don't know how to communicate properly. And I've said this in my previous video, and I'll say it again, because that's really the issue at hand. Again, I would really like more transparency on the performance and stuff. And yeah, hopefully they can fix that up. In case you've missed the previous patch notes and stuff, I will be starting a series where I go over some of the major Bless Online patches that have come out, and once or twice a month go into the game, play around for a minute, inform you guys on the things that have been improved, the different things that have changed, and performance and all that jazz. So give you guys an overview of different patch releases as they happen, just so that you guys can keep track of what's going on in Bless Online. So yeah, I hope to film a video on the 1.2 patch probably by tomorrow, so I'll get that out as soon as I can. And yeah, hopefully it'll be a good series for you guys to watch. Currently, as it stands, I'm not really playing Bless. I'm kind of just following it from afar. And it is interesting to see how the development is going. But as it stands right now, I'm playing on a WoW private server for the Legion expansion, and man, it's been a lot of fun. It's really gotten me into WoW, to be frank. Yeah, maybe I'll put out a video on that, because I'm really enjoying playing a Demon Hunter. They've changed a lot of things in WoW that I didn't really think they would change. Things like the animations and the character models, they've drastically increased the quality of them back from when I played it in Cataclysm, so it's just really refreshing to see new things. And apparently they're revamping the graphics in Battle for Azeroth, so really hyped for that. Maybe I'll put out some videos on that, but we'll see. And that's pretty much everything. Like I said, this is going to be in the description, so you guys can have a reader for yourself. And yeah, as always, like if you liked the video, dislike if you didn't like it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And subscribe if you're new. I'll see you soon. Peace.